welcoming?
Well, he's kind. I felt like he's a teacher, and I just enjoyed the way he preaches.
My first impression of the pastor was he was a sincere, concerned person. His impression was positive all the way around.
First time I met Pastor Gabe was actually in the hospital room. He was visiting my dad. And so I just thought that, what a good pastor he was to come and visit his members. And so that was my first impression, that he was a person that would look after his members.
I thought he was a good preacher, but I don't think Pastor was too fond of me when we first got here.
My initial first impression of Pastor Gaden is that he was just personable, approachable, and just overall a welcoming person here at Mount Pleasant.
In my mind, it was like he would be a good pastor.
My first one is that he's really nice. He teaches us how to love the Jesus and help us learn more about Jesus.
First impressions, that can kind of be kind of weird, but when you really get to know Pastor Gaden, you can tell that he's a very thoughtful person, loyal person. He's just overall a great pastor.
And my first impression of him would be like a nice person who seems caring.
He's nice and fun.
My favorite saying of Pastor Gaden, and I guess every time he says he's happy glad, I love to hear him say he's happy glad, because to me, happy glad is obviously the ultimate joy.
Is everyone
Say,
Want to be saved?
Who want to be saved?
Everybody say they want to be saved.
Everybody say we want to be saved.
Everybody say we want to be saved.
My favorite thing that he says is the Bible.
that you could do anything you want to do if you put Lord Jesus first.
It's to love unconditionally.
Being patient with people. The pastor is very patient, listens to everyone, and he actually tries to work out things that is good for most people, not just some people, for most people. He's definitely going to go from the Bible. So whatever he does is going to be biblically based.
I learned that we supposed to love everybody.
That there is a God, and we all have to give account of our own deeds and what we do in life.
How to strive to have a closer walk with God, and how to have better relationship with family and friends.
how not to be so quick-tempered.
Learn how to preach in a bedtime. How to be a good Christian and what people of Christ should be doing in their lives.
Praying.
Is her desire to see ministries grow here, and just her overall support for the church, and also her support for Pastor Gaten.
I admire how she stands behind her husband.
She a great significant impression on all of my players and women. First Lady Gaten is a lifesaver. So with some of the ministries that we started, she has been on top of it, just helping out wherever she can, always encouraging, sending, if it's nothing but sending out scriptures every day to uplift and to encourage us. And so I just love her spirit, her energy, and all that she does for the church.
First Lady is truly a blessing to me. And our meeting with the women ministry, we have grown closer. She has taught us how to love on each other. And if you feel something, just express yourself.
She's a very heartwarming, sincere person, and she cares about everybody the same.
Her friendliness.
I admire how thoughtful she is. She's such a kind person. She gives us hugs every Sunday, and I just love her.
She do good things.
She is an inspiring person in the church, and she's just so nice to everyone.
Oh my gosh, she is a beautiful lady. She has always been there for Pastor whenever he needed her. She is just a very wonderful lady. I've heard that she's helped connect a lot of groups in the women's ministry and everything, and she's been a really good support.
They have showed us love and how to love and how to be loved.
They have took the church to another level.
They stand tall, and they don't have no doubt that God is leading them in the right direction.
I think the greatest impact would be moving the church forward into this new millennium. They have impacted the church in a way where it gives opportunity when they, whatever he does, he opens it up, not just for the elderly, but for the young folk to come in also. And then also, with that being said, the new ministries that have been developed also are there to usher in the young folk. And all the changes that have been made, it's been geared toward bringing all souls to Christ, but focusing on bringing some of the young people in.
How they strive to treat everybody as if they're important.
They treat everybody equally in the church. It's never a person that they'll tell you that you can see that they don't care for them. Because if you come to them and ask them anything, if they can do it, they're willing to put forth their best effort to do that.
The most important impact that I feel First Lady Gaden and Pastor Gaden have made on Mount Pleasant is they truly live up to the church's saying of a church where everybody is somebody.
I think that y'all are making it an amazing church with all the cameras and making the church more lively and fun with the plays and events and stuff.
All of the big events in our lives, get married once. He married us. My retirement from the military, he was there, and so funerals and things like that, we've always been there.
Yes. We weren't even members of the church. We were relatively new to the community, and we visited here maybe a handful of times. And my husband was in a car accident, and we didn't really know Pastor Gaden at all. And it was a pretty intense car accident, and he just showed up at the hospital. Didn't know how he knew about it. We ultimately found out later. But being that the fact that he supported us, and he didn't really know us and we didn't really know him, but what he offered us in that moment was needed, and that was prayer when we were in a situation where we really didn't have what we needed to pray for ourselves.
Always, all the time here at church, when things were not good and things were not going their best, they were always here for us.
Yeah, they have been there for me. Great impression on me, and they gave me more knowledge to lift up and go on.
I have a son that's been in trouble, my oldest son, and Pastor Gaten was the one that told me, do not give up on him. That's one thing you don't do. You don't give up on him. You pray for him, and you continue to let him know that you love him.
Everything that I've ever needed them for, they were there for me. And even I didn't have to initiate the process. They were there. If they heard that something was going on that they thought I needed help with, they'd be there in a heartbeat.
Yes. When we went to the Noah Ark.
Yes, really, when I go through stuff and when I'm sad about something, they're always there to help build me up and tell me how to do, and like if I'm mad at somebody, to help me deal with it in a way.
I have learned stuff from him, and he had taught me a few things. And I always personally got along with him.
I learned about God, and that was something that I really wanted to learn about. I learned about God at a very young age, and that's all thanks to him. And he just taught me about life with all his lessons, and yeah.
I love y'all so much.
I love you, Pastor Gaten.